What up, everybody? It's Ponter, and today we've got a special game. This game it's a pub game, and it was played by this player here, Artillery, and then I got that replay somehow, and we'll just not worry about that. And yeah, this is an interesting game because it's looking to be like a massive stack. And a massive stack on Farmland. We've got quite a cast of characters on both teams. And these were apparently interesting pub games. At least some people believe they were interesting. Other people were not so happy with them. But yeah, we're going to be watching Artillery. And Artillery is going to have an interesting strategy, not an insanely controversial strategy, but one that involves heavy artillery. And what else we've got is, a whole bunch of support players. Only one air out of Sniper 420, who's not the greatest air player, but we won't hold that against him. Excellent smoke. See, this is what you do with an artillery. You crack off a smoke onto this. Like, these guys, they don't know what's down there. And look at that. Just obliterated by missiles immediately. Only damages the tank. And a successful cap. Look at this blob. Everybody got involved in the cap. That's great. Stonks did the right thing and took the cap up there. And Artillery is just ranking up happily, pumping out, but not neglecting the AA. So look at this, 2 pods of very dangerous AA. And Starkscott has an early rep. So this team is starting off fine, but in classic pub formats, an APC flanking maneuver throws everything into disarray. And you never expect the APC flanking maneuver, but it seems to always happen, especially when you get players like Voda and others. And now Artillery has a very, you can play greedy. Do you leave the heavy artillery in this blob of other vulnerable vehicles and wait for the cap? And apparently Artillery did. So that's very brave. And Sniper 420 flies into 3 AA and dies horribly. Meanwhile, Sky Blitz is being seen off, and we can already see Newbie 2 has gone mediums in response to Ted's mediums. So we have a mediums fight on our hands, which you typically see in. And look, Artillery swapping out the valuable artillery piece with the not valuable Jeep. But yeah, on Farmland you typically see like one medium player. Sometimes on the smaller teams, like if it's a 5v5 or something, halfway through the game the infantry player will switch to mediums or mix in some mediums. And we might see that from Kickapoo. Kickapoo's having a tough time. He literally looks like he only has like 2 snipers on the map and a shithead. So he got wiped pretty hard. And I mean, there's ATs running in the back. That's brutal. Not good. And they're decapping us. So that's, you don't see this kind of aggression a lot. And Diarmer leaves, and so this team is down 1 player. It's not critical yet. But somehow manage at the cap with the sniper, Good stuff. Yalvoy's doing drops. Kickapoo has not done drops. But the bridge, even though, and this is a failure of the USA team, they never pressed bridge when they were pressing here. You kind of have to poke at 2 places at once. And we've got some interesting artillery barrages out of Teflon. They do work in beating up these kind of soft units. And they give vision for artillery to target the sniper in the woods, which I think was pretty much unnecessary, but it did one-shot the survivors. And it's still pressure, relentless pressure, and kudos to Studerball, Onel or whatever, for supporting his teammates. Although now he's got a heavy tank sitting here, which is the proper There should have been a heavy tank here from like day one, basically. But yeah, that can help manage it. And look here, Sky Blitz, the other air player, has also gone mediums. And all I can say is, if I was in this game, which I'm not, I would not want to play air right now. It's an absolute nightmare to play against two medium air players. And apparently, there was lots of coping and seething going on from the Sniper 420 player regarding the double mediums, which I think in this case is fair. Even as an armor player, it would be annoying. Look at that dodge, though. Nice deke, Ted. Even as an armor player in a double medium air environments, your scout is constantly getting sniped if the air players are competent. So, yeah, it's not going to be a fun game for that. Instead, artillery can just sit back and whale shells into, enemy blobs of soft targets, and not even have to worry about supporting the team. So this artillery strategy is immediately redeemed. And notice, like, Stonks has 3 ranked up repair tanks. Just whoring score. You don't get more score hoary than this. And, like, we don't really need that much more AA. Like, the AA is kind of unnecessary at this point with no heavy air from their team, which is definitely a strategic error. Like, Skyblitz and Newbie are both, like, smart enough players to realize that maybe this isn't a good idea. Especially with just no way to destroy tanks at all. Like, they don't have their own artillery. Like, you should at least, if you have 2 medium air players, both medium air players should, like, mix in a couple heavies, just in case. But yeah, so far the USA is winning. Kickapoo shocking us all with a misclick in terms of asking for TA. And the Jeeps are set up, so everything is kind of going into a normal, chill game. How chill is it going to be? It's not going to be chill for our 2 heavy air players now going up against 2 medium air players. Like, that's going to be fucking awful. But we're finally putting pressure on this flank, which is necessary, especially when if USA is going to not pressure the bridge, yeah. And yeah, Sniper 420 realizes what they're up against at this point, and it's not going to be fun. And I would be offended too. And look at this excellent carpet bomb coming down, which the air player flies right into. Somehow manages to dodge it and dodge all the missiles. So that's some good shit. But excellent timing attack from the USA team, getting that cheeky cap, and they keep things spread out so they don't even get wiped out by the counter heavy airstrike. And just look how hard it is to pressure. Like, your scout's getting sniped by everything. Well, Ted's getting, like, obliterated by, like, there's another medium air just to come in and clean you up anyways. And artillery is still just wailing away at targets. It's a target-rich environment, but also has the wherewithal to get on the back of bridge. And, but Stonks will not cap the bridge. He's waiting for the team, and the unit dies just before the smoke can come and cover them. But again, this is nice smoke that allows this guy to run away without getting popped by a tank, an errant tank shot. Always smoke your teammates in that sort of way. And yeah, USA is still winning. It's not looking good. The bridge, there's no scouts. We have no line of sight at the bridge. This is bad. And Teflon's just blobbing lights. Finally, Yavoy gets a scout. It's bad side when Yavoy, like, you're relying on that guy to get scouts, but That's where we're at. And yeah, we need... Look at the mediums could probably take out this Shilka. Oh, yeah. But that will certainly... That certainly will. Stonks is getting artillery. And this is the... Like, it's actually pretty hard to fight for the crop refinery, whatever the fuck this is, North Farm. Because you can so easily get TA'd. Oh. Studerball with the deadly TAs. Look here, we've got uncooperative Jeep blobbing. Like, you shouldn't... I know you want to go to where reps are being done to steal the rep score of others, but that just makes it a huge liability. And also inconvenient for the air players. Like, you should have Jeeps kind of spread out in different locations in order to... provide reps. Like, have a couple Jeeps here and have a couple Jeeps here and maybe a couple Jeeps here instead of just like 6 Jeeps all in one big blob, because that's just asking to get wiped out by a cluster. But Stonks is greedy, won't hold that against him. Meantime, their double armor combo, the Parker-Clark combo, is actually winning the armor war. And, oh no! Not artillery's artillery. Will he have learned his lesson to not drop artillery in a highly competitive, crowded pub game? I don't know. With a name like artillery... Oh, nice score, by the way. And yeah, we'll talk a little bit about the teams, because I see these teams kind of forming. Like, this gold clan is like the all-inclusive... You play a lot of pubs, so we'll just invite... And you're not in a clan, you're going to get invited to the gold clan. And then, like, you've got the house... The stalwart house people. Studerball is amazingly not specking. And then Spirit Gun thrown in there with, like, a little bit of competence. But he really needs support. Like, if you look at the score difference... like, Spirit Gun plays well when he's supported. And like Kickapoo also plays well when he's supported, and he's getting some support, I guess. Really, he seems to be slamming into the flank. I don't know how he's generating so much more score, but, you know, who knows. And this is the big plan from this team, I guess. The triple nuke. So I guess that's what they've been saving their TA for, and pooling for their... it's a little dubious. We'll see the damage, you know. I think a nuke here is definitely helpful. How did that guy survive? Holy shit. What a lucky bastard. But that definitely bought us some time. Really danger close on that one. I would have put it further back, I feel. And everybody's getting on the points. Again, Stonks is a little slow on the draw. He's getting yelled at by artillery. But it works out in the end. And see, the Jeep blob has died. Artillery has moved his Jeeps. Basically, probably because he wants to dodge inevitable TAs. And Kickapoo did it. Oh, yeah, I love this from Kickapoo. Defensive drops in all these forests. Oh yeah, and the dubious... somebody's blowing bridges. Don't blow bridges on this map, guys. It's a fucking pub. Especially on this map. Like, there's just no point. Oh, this is dangerous. See, that's the real... Like, oh my god. This is agony. Look, he's ranked up too. Oh my... Yeah. Brutal. Just absolutely brutal. Like, myself as an air player, I would probably not play air in this game. Like, it's so painful. Like, Stonks has no AA now. Like, the artillery noob has more AA than the primary support player. This primary support player is just repping. And, like, look at we have tanks getting banged by fucking mediums and just getting chipped down. Oh. And like, this is like fucking stat padding right here. This is how you stat pad. You just you just let mediums chip away at heavies and repair the heavies. But they were saved by smoke, so good smoke. That was a good air-to-air. That's beautiful stuff. And there's just a heavy sitting in the smoke somewhere here, I guess. Oh, so annoying. Stonks died. And still USA commanding position. USSR can barely hold the bridge. The flanks are not getting pressed. Actually, USSR's flanks are again being pressed by Voda's APC spam. But we have some heavies here. Again, like, look at these overextended heavies. Why doesn't the other team have a heavy chopper? Just a heavy chopper. And this game would have been a lot more challenging. Again, like, that's their counter tank strategy, is just fucking dropping clusters. And then this is the charge of the late brigade moments. And this is what you got to do when you're on USSR and you're losing. Use TA to buy yourself some breathing room and then run across the bridge. And like, there's no heavy air to clean this up, so why the fuck not? Just roll across. Like, yeah, they're gonna blow the bridge, but you can just fix the bridge. No problem. And in the meantime, the APCs are still pressing. Like, that's dangerous. But look at this. Oh, he loses the AA. It's very sad. But the repair blob is literally unkillable. And it's just going to repair itself. It's like fucking a Borg cube or something. I don't know. And again, no heavy air to clean it up. There's some commands going on. And look at this. So this is... Oh, that's a lot of TA coming down, but this is what you got to do. You got to clear this up and press multiple places simultaneously. So we've got like a 4-way battle going on. We've got a battle up here for the airstrip. We've got like a stupid battle here. Like, fucking support is pressing into the spawn. I don't know what this scan is about. This is a very dubious scan. Artillery is shelling jeeps. Just to be an asshole, and then doing defensive shelling here. But still the airstrip and still the repair heavy tank blob is strong. It's very strong. Got the forward scout, and once again Spirit Gun is running AT. Like, this is Spirit Gun's finest moment, is sneaking ATs into the spawn of teams. But look at this. The aggressive support is just can't be stopped. It's just rolling around at will. Like, where's their team? Where's the heavies, guys? Ted's clearing it himself. What a, like, solo YOLO move. And with that, just ridiculous charge of support units, this team gets a total dom. Hilarious. And that's why Farmland, you know, you could be losing, but all you got to do, like, if you play your cards right, you can get a TD and just come back so easily. Look at this shit. You know, Stonks doesn't need AA. He just calls in air-to-airs and, like, out-repairs the DPS of the air players. Studerball's medium, like, ridiculously forward medium artillery gets rightfully destroyed. You know, all is right in the world now. And Kickapoo's finally doing drops over here, you know, right on the CPs. It's good stuff. And yeah, no kind of, even though they had quite some high scores, they didn't really get a lot of artillery or TAs, and Stonks is laughing, apparently. Feeling pretty good about that victory against a stacked team against a bunch of noobs. Stonks takes pride in that, and I just want to point out one thing: artillery played artillery the entire game, and still got the didn't get repair score. Obviously, Stonks. That's for Stonks. Didn't even get the best support. That's for Donald Duck. But artillery got the highest command points score. So even though half of his reinforcement points was spent on artillery, he still managed to cap more than anybody else in the game, which I think shows the poor level of play by the armor players. I think that's basically all it shows. And like tough game for the air. Like look at all the air players. Newbie had the highest air score because he was playing mediums from the start, basically. It's a tough air game for everybody involved, and pretty good game for a pub. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll get some more of these games. And yeah, send me your replays if you actually have good games. All right, thanks. Bye.